Good evening. Welcome to World News. I am Jessica Magaji Joseph. First, the headlines. National Assembly inaugurates Complaints Commission's executives. Japanese court acquits longest-serving death row prisoner. Trump accuses Zelensky of refusing to strike a deal on war. And on sport, Liverpool eye Rodrigo as Salah's replacement. Now the news in detail. The National Assembly has inaugurated the reconstituted leadership of the Public Complaints Commission, led by the Chief Commissioner Bashir Abubakar. Speaking during the inauguration on Wednesday in Abuja, Senate President Godswill Akpabio tasked the Chief Commissioner and his team to not only ensure diligence, but also maintain a high level of transparency and integrity while showing commitment to delivering on their mandate. Akpabio said those of them who have accepted the tremendous responsibility are stepping into roles that not only require diligence and integrity, but a deep commitment to serve the good people of Nigeria. The House of Representatives Wednesday rejected a proposal requesting a special grant of 300 billion naira from the federal government to aid victims of the recent flood in Maiduguri, Borno State. The decision came after an amendment to a motion aimed at securing federal intervention in light of the severe impact of the flood of Borno and surrounding areas. During the plenary session on Wednesday, Amos Magaji, the representative of the Jaba Zangun Kata Federal Constituency, introduced a motion of urgent public importance, highlighting the devastation wrought by the floods on homes, markets, and numerous health facilities. Inua Garba, the representative for Yalmatu Deba Federal Constituency in Gombe State, proposed an amendment advocating for a 300 billion naira grant to support the flood victims and mitigate the humanitarian crisis. However, when Speaker Tajuddin Abbas called for a voice note on amendment, the lawmakers ultimately voted against it. Instead, the House encouraged the federal government to assist the victims to the fullest extent possible without specifying a monetary amount. The federal government, through the Budget Office, says it has concluded plans to drive an efficient budgetary system for ministries, departments, and agencies by introducing the Government Integrated Financial Management Information System Budget Preparation Subsystem. The Director General of the Budget Office of the Federation, Tanimu Yakubu, disclosed this yesterday in Abuja at the training of the MDA's personnel on taxation. Yakubu said the quality of the national budget has been a long-standing concern, with stakeholders often questioning the relevance, execution, and effectiveness of the country's budgetary proposal. When we return, news from other parts of Africa. Please stay with us.
This is Hillstv. Quality broadcasting is what we'll bring to you. Now we be this
Hillstv.
Thanks for staying with us. And now to other parts of Africa. Families fleeing the escalating conflict in Lebanon poured into Syria in growing numbers on Wednesday. UN officials estimated that thousands of Lebanese and Syrian families had already made the journey, and those numbers are expected to grow as Israel targets southern and eastern Lebanon in an aerial bombardment. Local officials say the strikes have killed more than 600 people this week. Israel says it is targeting Hezbollah fighters and weapons, but roughly a quarter of the killed have been women and children. Lines of buses and cars extended for Syria miles from the Syria border beginning Monday, and some families were seen making the journey on foot. Former U.S. President Donald Trump on Wednesday accused Ukraine's leader Volodymyr Zelensky of refusing to make a deal to end his country's war with Russia. A face-to-face meeting between Trump, who has been highly critical of the aid Washington and the Pentagon have disbursed to Kyiv, and Zelensky had been floated for the sidelines of the ongoing United Nations General Assembly in New York. Trump's remarks came shortly after Zelensky addressed the United Nations and accused Russia of plotting potentially catastrophic attacks on Ukrainian nuclear plants. Trump claimed that in early September he had a plan guaranteed to end the war, but would not reveal it unless he wins the U.S. presidential election. Hakamada spent 46 years on death row after being convicted in 1968 of robbing and killing his boss, the man's wife, and their 2 teenage children. The world's longest-serving death row prisoner was acquitted on Thursday, more than half a century after his murder conviction, when a Japanese court ruled that evidence had been fabricated. Alien health prevented 88-year-old former boxer Iwo Hakamada of trial, which was granted a decade ago after a long campaign by supporters. While his 91-year-old sister, Hideko, who often speaks for him, bowed deeply to the judge who declared Hakamada innocent. Up next is business.